All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Martin Wenzel. A long time coming here. Well, not a long time coming, but I got off of work early today. Then took about a 3-hour nap and still not feeling pretty awake, but thanks for joining in. We are going to try this World Tour flight one more time. This is going to be a third time. Hopefully third time's the charm. This is... Let's see. Microsoft Flight Simulator World Tour Leg 96 Vilnius International Airport in Vilnius, Lithuania. It's a Copenhagen airport in Kastrup, Tarnby, Copenhagen, Denmark. This flight's based on CityJet 1743, flown using a Canadair regional jet CRJ-900, but I'll be using the CRJ-700 from Aerosoft with the SAS Scandinavian Air CityJet livery created by Riskaz 123. Alpha India Group's Traffic, and Bajanabashi's 4-season pack. Yeah. And just to get everyone up to speed, well, let's get going on this and we'll kind of talk about it. I've been having performance issues that has caused me to cancel this flight midway through a few times. And what I want to do... Let's see. There we go. All right, so we're going to do our checks, and we're here at this beautiful freeware airport for Vilnius International. This is excellent freeware, so go out and get it if you're ever flying in Vilnius. Get this freeware; it's awesome. Okay, so we're in the CRJ-700, so we're going to do our safety checks, and I'm hoping the performance works well. Otherwise, I'll be very frustrated. Very frustrated. All right, so we're going to do a safety check. Nose wheel steering, not armed. Circuit breakers are closed. I'm not going to go over the circuit breakers. I could. Hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear lever is down. Flight spoiler lever is at 0. Slats and flaps at 0, or at the actual flap position. Radar is off. ADG manual release is stowed. I just want to check if we're on live time. We should be, I think we can do this flight on live time. Yes, we can, because we're going to be taking off at 3:40 in the afternoon. That's when the real flight takes off. All right, emergency flap switch is normal. Battery master switch we can put on. Make sure the Copilot isn't activated right now. All right, battery master switch on. APU AC electrics as required, established. The IRS down here. Our nav sets a nav. Emergency equipment checked. Gear and safety pins on board. Airplane documents checked. Hydraulic 3A pump as required. We'll do that later. All right, cabin inspection. Emergency light switch is on. And why we're doing that? Yeah, see it. I lose a lot of frames when we have this pop-out window. Flight Simulator does not love pop-out windows. All right, on for the emergency lights. Oops. You're gonna get the little emergency lights on sign. Auto. And then off again. All right, internal and external pre-flight checks complete. Pedals, seats, and harness. Crew oxygen and masks. So we just go over here. There you go. Audio warning panel. That's on our Copilot side. Covered, not on. No lights on, they're covered. All right, I think I want to do this. Yes. All right, all our generators are auto. IDG disk switches are covered and guarded. DC service is off and battery master is on. All right, fire detection and monitor test. So again, pull this up, loosen frames. Fire system okay. That's all we want to see. External lights, nav lights on, logo light on, and everything else remains off for now. Fuel panel, make sure the fuel pumps are switched off with the orange lights. Bleed air, wing AI cross bleed normal, bleed valves auto, ISIL open, bleed source both engines. APU panel as required.
Vilnius Tower, airbolted 34521 miles, north inbound ILS Yankee runway 19er approach.
Airboltic 345 Vilnius Tower. QNH 30
Alright, so APU in byte and APU SOV open. And APU is going to start up. We hit start. And there it goes. We can hear it starting up.
Cleared ILS Yankee runway 19er approach, airbolted 345.
Our little door is open right there. Does it come out of there? Usually you can see the exhaust. That's on the APU, or on the, definitely on the A320. I'm not sure if you can see it on this plane. Alright, so we have the APU. Check our start panel, make sure the engine starts and stops are off, cons is off. Hydraulic panel. We're again going to bring this page up. We're going to go to the hydraulic section of it. And we're going to go on, and on. That's going to be 1, 3B, and 2 are all on. And then we turn them to auto. And then we turn 3A on. So you get 3A, the pressure going into the system. Alright. Back to the status page down here. Stat. ELT switch is at arm and reset. It is. Check. Cabin pressure panel. Alright. Go up here and... yeah, it really doesn't like it when you pop out a panel. Alright, so we are going to be at 640 for our landing elevation. Or for our takeoff elevation, really. Everything else we want to leave where it is. This should be at hold. Man alt should be at hold. Man rate should be full decrease. Emergency press should be guarded. Press cont off. Air conditioning panel. Reciprocal fans on. Or packs left and right on. Reciprocal fan on. RAM air covered and guarded. Or off and guarded. Heat auto. Heat controls auto. Wing and cowl anti-ice switch is off for now. We'll turn those off when we need to. And I'm going to start up Pack X to simulate our passengers. Sorry if I'm a little drowsy. I did just get up from a nap and from 9-hour shift at work. Short shift today. Was planning on 12, but because it's so cold, it is right now -9 degrees Fahrenheit, that they can't make any more beer. Because if they make more beer, where we, basically what I do is I pull the trailers out of the doors that are full of beer and put trailers in to get filled with beer, kegs and cases and all that. Oops, not what I want to do. There we go. But we pull those out and we put them in the lot for over-the-road truckers, the companies to pick them up and ship them. The problem is if they sit out there in this weather, they're gonna freeze. They're gonna freeze. It's gonna freeze. So we have freeze protect where we actually pump warm air into these, but there's only so many that we can put in freeze protect, and so basically we ran out of space, and so the brewery has to kind of shut down or really dial back their production, because you don't want the beer to be frozen. All right, we're gonna do anti-ice test or ice detector test. ADS heat test, okay. There we go. Let's see, windshield switches to low. Low. Standby compass checked. Stall test. All right. Nose wheel steering switch is still off. It's gonna be on this one right there. All right, want to make sure our barometric reference matches 30.03 inches across the board. Instrument panel looks good. Cockpit voice recorder, let's test that. Should get a green light after 5 seconds. There we go. Hello, WMKI Ground, welcome to the stream. Let me turn down these. Music seems a little loud to me. Good morning. Well, it's my morning, but kind of like my night now because I'm working night shift. So I'm actually about ready to go to bed. Though I did get a nice little nap because I got off of work early today. As I was saying, you don't want frozen beer, and so because it's so cold, I really don't have any work to do because the brewery kind of is slowing down today because there's no place for us to put the beer in the trailers waiting for those to get hauled away with it being so cold. All right, so we did ICAS and standby instrument. Yep, we're good. All right, anti-skid test. So anti-skid inbound, anti-skid outbound. Alright, brake temperature, check, mute horn switch, guarded. Landing gear lever is down. Engine sync switch is N1 or N2, it's N1. Yep, 9:19 p.m. there. You're in Malaysia, right? Indicator light switch as required, bright. And ground P-rock switches are checked. Alright, thrust lever quadrant. Just making sure all these are stowed where they should be. Arm the thrust reversers. Avionics. Tuning panel. Make sure all of our, let's see, TCAS switch select. See, I'm never able to. Oh, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. I want to do test. So it's doing a test for the TCAS. You can see the different traffic popping up. All right. Let's see. We got our backup radio on. We have display fan switches at normal. I believe that is display fan switch. I think right there. Normal for all of our these guys right here. I forget what they are. Oh, I know the feeling. That's basically, I mean, if you're tired, I'm tired now because that's just the way it is. Quintessa Albacobos, welcome to the stream. Yeah, hopefully we're gonna get some new. I'm gonna have to get some new audience members because usually I'm streaming in the afternoon for me, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, or a little bit later in the morning. But with my new job, this is gonna be the stream time, at least during the week, if I want to get a couple streams in. All right, let's get our stab trim on, mock trim, and yaw damper. Yaw damper is important so we can actually get the autopilot to work. Lower pedestal, checking parking brake, landing gear, manual release handle stowed, ADG manual deploy handle is stowed, and emergency flaps are normal. Okay, we now can set up the FMS. All right, so let's pull up the flight plan. Flight plan, there we are. Okay, airport, we are at Echo Yankee Victor India. We just copy this right here, the position. Flight plan, again, Echo Yankee Victor India. Flying to Echo Kilo Charlie Hotel. Alternate today is Echo Sierra Oscar Kilo. And we'll execute. And then we'll go to our next page and we'll put in the flight plan. Time to eat first and then wash the clothes. Yep, I gotta wash the clothes. Once we get up in the air, I'm gonna just step away quickly, grab a bite, and throw our laundry in. Alright, first waypoint, Needham. We're just going direct on this one. So you put your airways right here, waypoints right here. Waypoints have 5 letters. Airways usually have a letter and some numbers, like this. Lima 749, that's an airway. We're going to take that to Tignu. Tignu, we're going to get onto airway Bravo 65. We're going to take that to Latme. From Latme, we're going to take Mike 865 to Larma. I should know this flight plan by heart by now, since we've done it 2 other times before. So I'm hoping this flight we can do the whole thing and the performance is very good. All right, execute. Go to performance init page. Go over to the EFB, and we just put this all in very nicely right here. Should probably put the ground power cart, right? Performance, we're going to go 0 fuel weight. Quintessa is from Spain. Well, welcome in. Welcome. So we got our young man here, WMKI ground from Malaysia, and Quintessa is from Spain. All right, so our 0 fuel weight is 27.8. So just going to put that weight right in here. 27.8. Fuel is 5,000 kilograms. Set the payload in the simulator, copy that to the FMS. That's the quick and dirty way to do it. And all that information is in there. Our cruise level today, flight level 380, so we put in 38,000 for our cruise level. Execute. VNAV setup, just check this. Our target speeds. All right, departure, we are...
Vilnius ground, City, Ireland.
Let's see what they give me. Do I look different? Well, I'm wearing glasses, which I think I'm going to be doing on these morning streams, at least right after I get home from work.
Contact tower on 118.205 when ready.
What add-on? It's not an add-on, Bionic Dawning. Bionic Dawning, it's just a overlay on OBS. I just searched for whatchamacallit, just a transparent little graphic of an iPad, and then I put a display capture behind it of whatever I want to have displayed. Yeah, I saw that it was on I stole the idea from another streamer. But I think it looks, I think it looked really cool, and I was like, hey, I gotta do that. All right, so we are taking off runway 13. And we're gonna take NITA 1 Alpha? No, I guess, oh, because we're taking off the opposite runway. Flight plan has us taking off runway 1, but since we're taking off the opposite direction, we're gonna have a different SID, which will be NITA 1 Bravo. There we go. Okay, execute. Flight plan should look right. No discontinuities, so I'm good. Thanks for joining in. We are doing, this is the third attempt to do World Tour Flight 96 from Vilnius, Lithuania to Copenhagen, Denmark. I deleted, well, I reinstalled Microsoft Flight Simulator, and then I was on the Flying Fabio's Twitch and I mentioned it, and he said, you know, are you using your controls? The program Your Controls, which we did. We actually, that was the last time. That was the one time that we used it, and the first time we used it was on New Year's Eve, and that's when all this stuff started happening, where we had these frame rate glitches and that annoying stuff going on while we were flying. And so I said, yeah, and I figured that's what it was too. I was just trying to think of what did I add that's, you know, I'm not using right now, or that was the difference, and that was the difference. All right, let's get up here. Left and right fuel boost pumps on. Altimeters are set. FMS IRS is set. We've done the FMS, so let's jump ahead from there. All right. So we are cleared to start. So let's go to our aircraft, disconnect ground power, remove the wheel chocks, and we are cleared to start. So papers on board, takeoff data is set. It is not set, as you can see. You would set it via these little tabs. You can see how I can change the speed right there. But we could also, so we could just grab it from here and look and go, okay, I need to, so VT is 196 knots. So I'll show you the manual way to do it. So that's how you would do VT, I believe. There you go, V2 is 143. Okay, I think every time you hit select, it switches. No, it goes from. I don't know how you set the V1 speed though. Let me see. So our V2 is 143. V rotate. So I hit select, and V rotate is gonna be. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay. So it does scroll through those. So that's how you would do that. You just hit select and get to the out of these three, and then this one, your target speed, and set that. Or you can just click set all, and boom, it sets it all. You look very guapo. Thank you. I hope that means good, something good. All right. So we do have our, let's see, takeoff data set. Doors are closed and locked. Let's check that. Doors. Yep. Beacon on. That's right there. Fuel pumps quantity checked. Hydraulic pumps are on, auto and on. Yep. Parking brake as required. And we're going to start our engines. So we're going to start our left engine. I've started the right engine first, and for some reason it doesn't want to do what you want it to do. So here we can see the engine spooling up, left engine spooling up. Thanks everyone for joining in. I hope we could build a nice little group right here for the morning streams, or my morning streams. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Quintessa. Oh, I probably look a little haggard. Again, worked 9 hours today. Was scheduled for 12. And not sure if I work tomorrow. If I have tomorrow off, that'd be kind of nice. I'm just burned out. Gotta get used to this 12-hour shift thing. Overnight shift. Also got to get some blackout curtains for my room so I can sleep during the day.
Higher flight there are several emergency exits on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this
Start right engine.
the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you. In the event of a
Alright, so at N2 20%,
drop in front of you,
we
flow of oxygen
flip the little red tab down there, which once we get to that.
secure the elastic band behind your head, tighten the straps if necessary, and breathe.
Alright,
Although the
so we flip this tab, pull it up, and bring it to idle.
traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance,
And it should, now it's going to spool up really quick.
keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim, a fashionable life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle up the front.
Alright, so you can see engine 1 is now generating our electricity to bus 1.
In the aircraft.
The APU, oh, it just switched over Gen 2. That means we have the engine. So APU is still active, but it's no longer feeding the electricity. The engines are now online doing that.
As a secondary Bluetooth device. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be...
Alright, we're gonna go, oops, we're gonna go up here. We're gonna put on our probes.
Ensure your seatbelts are fastened.
Anti-ice is required. We're gonna need some anti-ice, I think. So we're gonna put those on. Emergency lights are armed. Electrics checked. Rudder checked. Nose wheel steering is now
We suggest reading this and letting your cabin member know if you have...
armed.
Thank you for flying with us again.
And we can stop the APU. So the APU is going to spool down. I'm also feeling incredibly dry. The winter has kicked in. It is -9 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is. Let me check Celsius. We do Fahrenheit here in America still. -9 Fahrenheit is pretty cold. It's -23 degrees Celsius right now outside, and yeah, it felt like it while I was at work. And I work in a cab, so I have the heat, but then I have to get out, hook up airlines and stuff to the trailers, close doors, stuff like that, and it gets cold. It was cold today. And it's drying me out too because of all the salt, the cold air, the heat also in the cab dries you out. All right, so we need to set 7.2 is our trim, so right there. There it is. Let's see. Anything else we need to do here? Nose wheel steering, we did the APU, taxi check, flaps.
And maintain 12,000 feet. Departure on 13.2.275 clock 30.
There's our flaps, 8 degrees. FMS, trims, we got our trims, flight controls. Let's check our flight controls. So, flight controls. Okay, flight controls. Full down, full up, neutral, full right, full left, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. Kind of neutral. There we go, neutral. Alright, thrust reversers are armed. Flight instruments checked, FMS. Brake temperature checked. Alright, let's taxi. So we are going to, let's see. I'm gonna bring up my airport chart. So this airport is completely perfectly, well, I don't know, completely perfectly modeled, but it is significantly modeled well. If that's what you want to say. Alright, so we're going to be doing, let's see, Lima. So we're just going to pull out and turn left. Lima to India, or no, we're going to turn right, because we're going to 119. India, Bravo, I don't know what Bravo is, there is no Bravo. But Yankee and Zulu. Okay, I got it. So we are ready for departure. Wow, we're already rolling. Took out the parking brake and we just roll. Taxi lights on. Next we're taking Lima to India. I believe this is going to be India. At Air Baltic. You just go through that parking spot. Yeah, they had them. Well, I guess technically that's Yankee, right? That is technically the the route we were given. As I said, this is a beautiful freeware airport. Complete with a mural over here, and it's amazing. Some of these freeware airports, it's like you can buy airports for, you know, you can buy airports out there for 20-30 bucks, and then you get a freeware airport like this where it's amazing. When we get to holding position, I'll zip around the airport really quick and give you a look, because it's really good. I mean, just from what you can see, it already looks really good, but just a little. All right, who's coming in here? Brussels, I think. Yep. All right, we're gonna set the camera up so I can move it a little quicker. Whoa, that's pretty quick. All right, so here's the terminal, which is what it looks like in real life, right there. Excellent work. Excellent work by. I don't have the person's name, but if you look it up, you'll find it on flightsim.to, and it's excellent. Like right here, I mean, just everything is modeled. I mean, this whole place. Like here we have this FL Technics. And here's this mural. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's like everything here. It's not just. Not to mention they got this construction work going on. I think that's Taxiway Echo. Look, it's great. It's just awesome. Just incredible work. All right, we're waiting for Air Baltic to get in position. We're gonna reset our drone. All right, Beeline is that's Brussels Airlines.
takeoff runway 19 Air Baltic 346.
Alright, so we haven't had too much trouble on the early parts of these flights, but once you... What we noticed with your controls, the issue I was having, is that at a certain point in the flight, the frame rate would start getting really bad, and the sound would glitch out. Now, the frame rate's not incredible right now, but it's also not terrible and glitching out with the sound. You'll hear a sound glitch, and it got so bad that you couldn't even move around and look at the different panels within the cockpit. It got to the point where it sounded like every moment the game was just going to crash. You'd have that sound that happens usually right before it crashes, where it's like and then it crashes, but it never did. It would just kind of be awful. Now, it's not running as smooth as I've had during testing, but not terrible yet. So, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. There goes Air Baltic. Alright, license strobes is required. Let's see, fuel X-flow on. Or manual. Ignition anti-ice is required. Yep, flight attendant advised. Transponder TCAS on.
Air Baltic 346 contact building is center on 13.
Let's see.
Good day.
Crew advisory system.
132.275 for Air Baltic 346.
Alright, we are good. So now we can turn on the co-pilot.
Vilnius Tower City, Ireland, 1743 at runway 19 ready for departure, departing straight out.
I have cousins in the USA, so I know the Celsius and Fahrenheit difference. Let's see, -9 to -23. Yeah, typically most Americans, we think it's like...
Cleared for takeoff runway 19 City, Ireland, 1743.
We think it's 32 degrees difference because that's the 32 degrees Fahrenheit is freezing, is 0 Celsius, but it isn't. It's kind of a, what is it, 5/9 or something, you know, plus 32 or minus 32 plus 5, you know, times 5/9, something, or 9/5. We learned it in science class. To the conversion, but it's so rare for people to, in everyday life in America, to even use Celsius. It's relegated to the realm of science. All right, we are ready for takeoff. Here we go. .133 is our V1 and rotate speed. There it is, little blue indicators. V1 rotate. Whoops, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted this one. You can see the wheels are still spinning, and we're coming back down. Alright, landing gear up. Now we have a positive rate.
City, Ireland 1743 leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Vilnius Tower City, Ireland, 1743 frequency change. Vilnius approach City Ireland 174 is time 3 miles southwest of Vilnius, 3,100 feet. Request clearance to transition
Yeah, we're gonna
Charlie airspace.
pull back to climb thrust.
Ireland 1743, Vilnius approach. Squawk 7317.
All right, we got it set to autopilot.
7317 City Ireland 1743.
City Ireland 1743, radar contact 4 miles southwest of Vilnius, 4,600 feet. Clear through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, City Ireland 1743.
All right, now the thing we have to remember about the, well, we should probably clear some flaps. And we should also turn up our speed. Because the plane will hold the speed that you set, especially in speed climb mode. So we want to get to 250. So that might hurt us in the long run. All right, altitude, we're going to just put in our final cruise, 36,000. And hopefully we'll be able to climb to that. All right, fuel X-flow, auto, bleeds APU set, lights and passenger signs as required, thrust reversers off, and CIS checked and cleared. Okay, I was gonna say that tweet. I just got a tweet message or tweet alert. And it's saying a shelter-in-place notice has gone out to mobile phones in the Milwaukee area, warning residents near 64th and Dixon to be on the lookout for a fleeing suspect who is armed and dangerous. But that tweet went out at 4:02, and that is when it came in. We were sleeping. I had gotten home about half an hour earlier, and I was fast asleep. And suddenly, the alert goes just blaring, and I'm like, "What?" But that was interesting. I was driving home from work today, 3 in the morning, 3:15, and I drove past that area in Milwaukee, and there were police everywhere. And I was like, what is going on? Like every road had every street had roadblocks for that neighborhood. I guess it's a fleeing armed suspect who is described as black male and slim and wearing no coat. And man, he better be running because it is -9 degrees out. -23 Celsius. Ugh. I wouldn't want to not be wearing a coat. Alright, we're at 10,000, so we can actually turn off the passenger signs. Okay, so we're climbing speed 290, and we're going to climb. And the issue is that as we get higher and higher, it's harder to climb. Well, the weather is similar to how it's been on most of my. Sorry about that. Similar to how it's been on a number of my past attempts at this flight over the weekend. We're finally going to get this in. I think it's going to go well. We're doing pretty good, 45 frames per second. And this is the issue. When we would move around, the frame rate would get really bad, and we'd hear this staticky sound. Bionic Dawning, I want to get into more realistic flying. How do the fly-by-wire A32NX and the CRJ compare? Which do you prefer, suggest? They're both very good. At least as far as I can tell, they're both very good. the fly-by-wire A32NX is free. So if you haven't already bought the CRJ and you're just looking for a great plane and you don't want to spend any money on a plane, the A32NX is definitely the way to go. It is the fly-by-wire A32NX. With every plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator, any mod or any add-on, there's going to be some bugs and glitches. But the fly-by-wire A32NX is incredible. It is the amount of work they put in, the amount of systems and how they work and how everything works. You could pay $50-$60 for that. They could sell that plane, I think, at this point. They could charge for it. It's so far it's the best plane I've used. Now the Aerosoft CRJ, also good planes. They're good. I don't know if you'd consider them study level, but most systems on it function, as you can see. You do have to set it up properly for it to work properly. So that's the sign of a good plane, is that you have to actually set it up for it to work. It won't just work even if you do things out of sequence or whatever it is. I like this plane. This plane's a fun plane. I like them both. I fly the A32NX way more. And I want to fly this plane more just because I put some money into it. I spent money buying it. So you can't go wrong with either of them. But yeah, if you're gonna be doing any A320 flying and you're not doing it with the fly-by-wire, then you're not getting anything realistic. I mean, the fly-by-wire one adds in, they've added in the tiller, is I think the latest update. They added in the hand tiller for taxiing. So you actually have separate rudders and a hand tiller now, which is pretty cool. But it has auto land. So if you have ILS and you're not comfortable yourself landing, or the weather is, requires it, or your frame rate. I've had frame rate issues. As I was talking about, I've had frame rate issues since New Year's Eve. Hopefully we resolve those by getting rid of this program, Euro Controls, which I guess conflicts with the simulator and causes that. I had such bad frame rates some places that I would just let it auto land because the computer has already made its calculations, but you're trying to go off a frame. If you're at 2 frames per second, it's very hard for you to land a plane. So yeah, both good planes. This plane is a little bit more manual. It's a little bit harder to climb to. You're gonna see it's gonna be very hard for us to get to 36,000. You gotta be very careful with your speeds and everything on a speed climb. It's a little bit more manual, so when you're coming down, you're gonna be doing vertical speed and kind of tweaking that. Now the nice thing is it has this page right now, and it will tell you exactly where to set your vertical speed. So if we were doing vertical speed right now, we would just set it at 900 up or whatever. But it's fun to fly by hand. I've done whole flights where I've not used the autopilot in this plane because I couldn't get the autopilot on, actually. That's because I didn't have the yaw damper. If you ever can't get the autopilot to engage, just hit the yaw damper buttons. Make sure 1 and 2, hit those again. It might not have taken during your initial go around. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't have auto thrust, this plane. Yeah, this plane doesn't have auto thrust, so you're going to actually use the throttle. Like right now we're in climb mode, so we're trying to get all the power we can get. I probably could go in like max if I really wanted to get up there. Doesn't really typically do much, but you're going to get to the point when you're in cruise, suddenly your plane is going to start flying away on you. It's going to be getting up into 320, 340 knots because you're not paying attention. You gotta actually adjust the throttle, especially when you're descending as well. So it's a little bit more of a manual plane than the Airbus, but I fly them both on this world tour. They're basically my primary planes for flying it. until we get some Boeings and some bigger planes and smaller planes like the ATR-72. There's so many flights on this world tour that I should be flying the ATR-72, but I substitute that for the CRJ because I don't have an ATR-72 yet.
Qatari 8777 Heavy, please expedite your descent flight level 190.
I have to let me text my boss, and because he said he had me scheduled this week, so this is my first full week at the new job.
2,200 feet.
How's my microphone? Is it too? It seems to have gotten hotter lately, like more in the red.
Mach 79er, 80 or 1,500 feet above your assigned altitude.
Let me know how my sound is.
Flight level 240.
Alright, but I have to text my boss because he told me, alright, thank you. I listened to it a few times and it sounded pretty good too. I'm just noticing, like, on the monitor it's going into the red, and so I want to be careful of that. But I think it sounded fine to me too. But my boss told me he put me on the schedule for 60 hours this week, so 12-hour shifts Monday night through Friday night. But I looked at the schedule sheet yesterday. I noticed that I'm not on Wednesday. So tonight, right? So I'm not sure. The night shift guy, when he sent me home, he said, it's like, oh, are you on tomorrow? And I said, oh, I'm not sure. I'm not on the schedule. And he's like, well, assume you're not on, and someone will text you if they need you. But you probably not, because again, as I was saying earlier, the reason I went home early is because there's just no work to really do. Like I move trailers around at a Miller Brewery in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and basically my job is to take empty trailers, put them in the docks so that they can be loaded with kegs of beer or cases of beer, or different stuff being brewed at the brewery, and then take those trailers, drop them in the yard, where then over-the-road bigger trucks, over-the-road drivers or regional drivers will pick them up for those companies and take them where they need to go. And I used to do that. That used to be my job, over-the-road trucking. And so that's what I do. I take empty ones, put them in docks, take the loaded ones, park them out in the yard. Also put a glass bottle loads into the dock so that, for the bottling and other stuff. I did actually, I did, and maybe in a few years, we'll see how it goes. Right now it's a little hard. It's just got a new baby. He is what? He's now 3 weeks and a couple days old, or 3 days old. Yeah, 3 weeks, 3 days old. And last night, or when I got home today, he was sleeping really nicely too. Thank you. So right now it's just kind of a step at a time. I went from being over the road trucking to now I'm at least able to be home every day. It is the night shift though, so I'm sleeping during the day, but I'm home, and then home on weekends. If I was over the road, I wouldn't be streaming right now. I'd just be sleeping, or I would be driving because I have my schedule set, so I'd be driving during the day. But so the brewery, basically, they were sending people home. They sent most of the people home, like inside the brewery, because they couldn't really make any more beer. Because if you put the beer on the trailers, and then we park the trailers out in the yard, and it's -9 degrees Fahrenheit or -23 degrees Celsius, well, what's going to happen? Eventually that stuff's going to freeze pretty quickly, actually. And what we have these heaters. We have this line of heater, right, this big heating pipe, and then there's like tubes, and we stick those in the back of the trailers, but we only have one area of our yard where we can do that. and only so many trailers can be in there at a time. And so because it's so cold, the brewery decided, let's cut back on production, because otherwise we're just going to be wasting. We're going to be putting beer out there, it's going to get frozen and ruined. And so I got sent home at 3 in the morning after 9 hours of my 12-hour shift, and might not work tonight, which I'd like to get the hours, the pay, right? Get the overtime and all that. But I think I could use I'm still working on flipping the sleep schedule. Yeah, now we're getting... Now you guys can't see it. I thought you guys could see it on the stream, but I do have a frame counter up in my corner. But it's 52 frames per second right now, which is the highest I can recall seeing it in Flight Simulator. And a long cry from the terrible frame rates I was getting over the past 3 weeks. I changed the setting to give priority to background services. I heard that helps. I didn't set the priority to low for Microsoft Flight Simulator right now. But I also changed some settings. I'm actually able to have VSync on, which actually works better, it seems. I turned off ray marched reflections and motion blur. We got another plane coming towards us. Well, not towards us, but it's up there. Let's see if we can see it on the TCAS. So we're going to pay attention on the TCAS, see if we can see that. Oh, yep, there it is. That blue plane right there, or that little blue. Actually, see, they're not even that close. Well, there it is. So let's see. So he's at flight level 331. So he's above us. And we're slowly climbing to 30,000. Yeah, lost him. That's kind of interesting, a little glitch. I'm hoping, I heard a little bit of glitch when I went to that outside camera. But now I'm not hearing it, so I was getting nervous. I'm still nervous. I'm hoping we can do this whole flight. Otherwise, you're gonna see me get pretty grumpy again. All right, what was I gonna do? I just forgot what I wanted to do. I wanted to check something. Well, anyway, we are kind of angling. So our standard instrument departure angled us up to NEDM, and then we're just on a straight shot right now. And that departure angle put us on this route, which is Lima 749, the Airway Lima 749. Which puts us just north of the Kaliningrad pocket of Russia, which is going to be just down there. So we're still over Lithuanian airspace. Our next course change is going to be at Tignu, and that's going to take us on to Airway Bravo 65. And we're just going to start headed southwest slightly over the Baltic Sea to put us in line with Copenhagen. But really, we could have probably, I mean, if we did a straight flight from Lithuania to Copenhagen, we would end up flying over Russian airspace. And most flight plans, you want to try to avoid as many airspace changes or having to fly over different country airspace as much as possible, because I believe they have to pay a certain fee and all that stuff. Let's see if you're over on Twitch. I know Bionic Dawning is on Twitch. If you haven't hit that follow button, that'd be very helpful. And consider subscribing too. We have just reached affiliate status. Actually have a few custom emotes I've just put up. Been approved. Actually, I just need the yawn.
Scandinavian 2967, please expedite your climb flight level 370. Siberian Airlines 1212, please expedite your climb flight level 390.
Yeah, so we're kind of stuck because basically the higher you get in altitude, in this plane, it just doesn't have the power to really get up to 36,000 if you screw up your speed. And we have our speed a little too high, I think, or maybe in our climb. We actually could trade. See, we're aiming for 0.74 Mach, so we could actually lower this. And you can see you can actually trade a little bit of speed for altitude. That's how it works. You're trading speed and altitude. Those are your two tools. Quintessa Albacabo's Flight Simmer 2, by the way, in 3 hours I go to work. Are you in Spain though? Because if you're in Spain, oh, it's 3 in the afternoon in Spain. Well, yeah, it's 3 in the afternoon where we are, probably 4 now. Yeah, probably 4:11 p.m. Where we are flying over, soon to be over the Baltic Sea. So you work a night shift also?
Vilnius Center, Turkish 179er, 5 flight level 280. Turkish 179er, 5 Vilnius Center, continue as planned. November 35, 8 climb, and maintain flight level 380.
Alright, same here. Yeah, I just started working a night shift this week. Oh, and it's difficult. It's difficult because you gotta completely figure out how to do things that you usually do during the day, but during the day you're trying to sleep and you gotta. Right now we have no curtains, no nothing in the room I sleep in, so it's very hard to sleep. So we're just going to keep trading way speed because we don't need to be. We're going for Mach 0.74. Probably by the time we reach 36,000, we're gonna have to descend anyway. But that is the challenge of this plane. I don't think I've ever not reached my desired altitude in the fly-by-wire. So there you go. So we're at Mach 0.74. We're kind of just we're actually losing some yeah, because now I've got it at Mach 0.74. Alright, well, we're getting breakfast. We're gonna hold. We'll just hold at this altitude.
If you would like to order additional menu items, please hit the flight attendant call button at any time. It will be open.
That's all we can really do. Alright, so that's good to see. We got another weird glitch popping up, yeah? It's momentary, but little graphical glitch there. It seems like there's always got to be something. I'm hoping that doesn't, like, really affect our flight. But... what would it be? Why do we have another glitch? Aw, bummer. Alright, Bionic Dawning. Well, you have a good day at work. I'm hoping to get some of the... I guess I'm gonna have to get more of a European audience for these morning streams. But thanks for stopping in. I'll see you maybe in a couple days in the morning. We'll see. Or maybe tomorrow if I don't work tonight. I should be able to do a stream. These weekly streams, these streams during the week are going to be a little bit contingent on my work schedule and how I'm feeling. Well, thank you for the follow, Bionic Dawning. Thank you very much. Got another plane flying off to our left. That's pretty cool. Yeah, see, we're getting like this weird little graphical glitch when we come back in. You see that kind of like this box lights up a little bit over there. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's not something that new that we get to deal with. Alright, well, oh, I'm getting like all these. Oh, email's telling me. Email's telling me I got a new follower. Awesome. Alright. So I was talking about that tweet talking about the shelter-in-place alert from the Milwaukee police. And like the first one's like, the dude doesn't have a code, it's -5 degrees. I Google Maps where I am to where the suspect is, and it's a 2-hour and 8-minute walk. He would be frozen if he made it even 20 minutes sprinting towards me. Can you please get the Milwaukee Police Department and tell us why they decided to alert us? There's always someone complaining, right? It's like, because the alert goes out to everyone probably with a phone number, a Milwaukee County area phone number. That's why. That's literally why. Hey, SRP Sim Racing, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Yep, this is gonna be the morning stream after a 12-hour shift of work. Well, only a 9-hour shift today, so I got about a 3-hour. I got a 3-hour nap in, which was helpful. That's why I kind of sound a little drowsy, a little while I'm wearing my glasses. And that's why we're streaming in the morning. But I got off of work 3 hours early because it's so cold. It's -9 degrees Fahrenheit, -23 degrees Celsius, that the brewery actually started sending people home, because if you put the beer in the trucks, in the trailers, that's what my job is to put the trailers in the docks, and then they get loaded up, and then I take the trailers and park them out in the yard, so the different trucking companies can pick up their trailers and ship them where they're going to ship them. But if you put the beer in those trailers, in this kind of weather, it's going to freeze. And so we do have freeze protect. We do have this amazing heating system with these tubes that we put in the back of the trailers to keep them warm. But there's only so many trailers that we can put in that system. And so the more beer that is put in the trailers and sitting out there, the more potential there is for frozen and damaged beer. And so today was really kind of slow for that reason, and basically they shut down the brewery or sent a lot of people home and just slowed production because of the just incredibly cold weather. So I'm not even sure if I'm going to work tomorrow, which will suck on the wallet, but will be nice to get a day off. 12-hour night shifts are hard. Quintessa is a nighttime bus driver for Elsa. What is Elsa? Let me see what Elsa is.
City Ireland 1743, contact Kaliningrad Center on 123.7. Good day.
I'm assuming it's this one. Hasta donde tu quieras. Let's see, Elsa. Wherever you want to go, Elsa. Okay. Is this a... Looks like it's a European... Well, I don't want to assume it's Europe. About Elsa. Leading operator in the Spanish sector of passenger transport by road. Cool. I was just seeing the picture on the website too, and it makes me really want to set up Euro Truck Simulator. And the problem is with Euro Truck Simulator, I get all the maps, I download all the map mods, and then it takes like an hour for Euro Truck Simulator to load. But I enjoy driving around in Euro Truck Simulator because it's different driving. It's a different experience than driving in America. The sights and the kinds of roads, the way your roads are designed. Yesterday I was fighting with the MCDU. In which plane? Which plane were you fighting the MCDU? And what was the issue? Or if you could figure out what the issue was. I've looked into doing some bus driving. The only problem is that you're driving people, which could be a good thing, could be annoying. But I was, looking at the wages. Like, okay, well, I work a job. When I was doing over the road trucking. I mean, now if you figure out for every hour I'm not at home, I'm barely getting paid, minimum wage. But the freedom you have with over the road trucking and what I was getting paid, and then I compared it to, okay, I'm on a schedule with a bus and there's people, and so I can't just pull over whenever I need to go to the bathroom or whatever. It's a little bit less freedom. I can't just have the radio blasting or whatever. And then now maybe compared to what I'm doing now, it might be, might consider it. But I was gonna say we're 34 minutes out. I was like, oh, we're almost there, but we're only halfway. Not even halfway yet. It's not that long of a flight. It's just taken us a million times to do it. And still doing good on frame rate. Still doing good. Not hearing that glitch that we've been having, which was probably the result of your controls. All right, we're just gonna stick at 32,000. So our flight is gonna take a little bit a little bit longer than planned and burn a little bit more fuel probably than planned, but it's where we're at. We're not climbing anymore. Okay. Yeah, what was the issue, SRP Sim Racing? I've had many fights with the MCDU over the years. Okay, so as I was talking about, this plane is a lot more manual. So here you can see the, we need to change, 38,000, that was our altitude? That was our flight, oh wow, we're not even close. Not even close. Alright, let's change that altitude, 32,000. There we go. Still not sure why the numbers are telling me. Okay, there we go. Still shouldn't be telling me to really climb anymore. Let me see. I think VNAV. VNAV. There we go. Alright, now it's gonna... Okay, so I'm gonna put in our approach, which right now the plan has for us to come in runway 22 right. Alright, so we're gonna do departure arrival. The problem is what happens. So I'm gonna set the... It says push sync, but it doesn't let you actually do that. That's one thing that's annoying. Alright, let's see. We want to be right there. We're gonna go heading for now, because just in case when we're putting in our departure or our arrival, it decides to do something silly. Alright, so 22 right. And we're gonna come in on Tidvi 1 Charlie. Execute. All right. Still a vectors there. I think we just want to take this and get rid of that vector. There we go. Because there's a little, the standard terminal approach does not bring us all the way in to the final.
127.45 City, Ireland 174 Warsaw Centre City, Ireland 174 flight level 320.
Alright, so here's our standard terminal arrival. Well, here's our flight plan if you want to see the whole thing, where we're flying from in relation to everything. Alright, so we are coming in. Alright, yeah. Can we actually change that to a different? No. Alright, so we're coming to Tidvu. I'm just trying to see if there's any altitude. Yeah, it's not really giving me any altitude information. Max speed 20 or 250 knots, but that's because at VNOM you need to be at 5,000. So there's our VNOM's our first altitude thing, 5,000. We're gonna fly into Kastrup to the VOR, Kilo Alpha Sierra. We're gonna fly out 21 degrees. At 17, we'll do a loop back to our final approach at 217 degrees. There's our ILS, there's our VOR. We can actually go into... Alright, so once we get to Larma, we're going to start descending. You can see we got our vertical speed. Radio. Now we do have auto. I'm going to manually put in the VOR. And the ILS. Okay. Tonight I'll be driving non-stop for 10 hours from Cadiz to Barcelona carrying 200 passengers. Wow, that is a lot of passengers. And that is a long drive. Non-stop. Really non-stop, like no breaks? There's got to be some breaks in there, right? Even just for the passengers. I mean, definitely for you. You got to be able to have like a break, bathroom break, right? 10 hours. I mean... I've driven 10 hours, I've driven 11 hours, I've had nice long days like that over the road. I couldn't imagine like not being able to take a break, and like we actually are mandated to have a half an hour break. Oops, that's not what I want. Why did that not work?
Warsaw Center, Scandinavian 1845, flight level 360. Scandinavian 1845, Warsaw Center, continuous plan. City Ireland 1743, contact Malmo Center on 118.0. Good day.
Going to 118.0 City Ireland 1743. Malmo Center City Ireland 1743 flight level 320.
City Ireland 1743, Malmo Center, continue as planned. Air 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Qatari 178 Heavy, please expedite your climb flight level 410.
Let's see. The only break could be a gas stop, but here in Europe we can only drive for 14 hours nonstop. Wow. Yeah, we can't drive that long.
Air 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get the... I don't know why it doesn't... Where's the animated one?
Qatari 178 Heavy, please expedite your climb flight level 410.
I just playing with stuff on Twitch there.
Air 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340.
Alright, so once we get to... Are we on the flight plan? Tell me we're on the flight plan. Yes, we are. Yeah, I'm not sure what that line is over there.
Air 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Qatari 178 Heavy, please expedite your climb flight level 410.
Is that the... Is that like where we're actually en route for? I think it might be. That might actually be our route, and then this is, you know, us crabbing because of the wind. That must be what that is.
Expedite your climb flight level 340.
I'm wondering. Oh, we're coming up on the top of descent.
Air 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. 1835 climb and maintain flight level 380. Finnair 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340.
Climb and maintain flight level 380, Finnair 1835.
Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Alpine flight 886, please expedite your climb flight level 400. Finnair 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Alpine flight 886, contact Warsaw Center on 127.45. Good day. Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. 127.45 for Alpine flight 886. Scandinavian 2851, climb and maintain flight level 360. Finnair 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Climb and maintain flight level 360, Scandinavian 2851. Finnair 1835, climb and maintain flight level 380. Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Finnair 1781, traffic is 7 o'clock 1 mile at flight level 320, Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
Malmo Center, Lufthansa 2418, flight level 320.
Lufthansa 2418, Malmo Center, continue as planned.
Finnair 1781 has the traffic.
Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Finnair 1781, please expedite your climb flight level 340. Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Air 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Scandinavian 2851, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Air 1835, climb and maintain flight level 380. Climb and maintain flight level 380, Finnair 1835. Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Scandinavian 2851, please expedite your climb flight level 360. FedEx 90030, heavy traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 305. Report them in sight. City Ireland 1743, traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 320 Boeing. Report them in sight.
City Ireland 1743, traffic in sight.
FedEx 90030, heavy have the traffic.
Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Scandinavian 2851, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Finnair 1576, please expedite your climb flight level 370. Finnair 13905, please expedite your climb flight level 380. Finnair 1545, climb and maintain flight level 400. Finnair 1513, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Scandinavian 2851, please expedite your climb flight level 360. Climb and maintain flight level 400, Finnair. Scandinavian 4733, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Well, I screwed up a little bit here. On our little intercept screen, I must have been doing a mod or something because it had a waypoint, and then it's like, oh, so you can see here we need to descend at 12,000 feet per minute to reach our point of 5,000. We're not gonna be able to do that, I don't think. So we're gonna, well, we're still gonna fly in here. Let's see. I thought I got rid of this vector. That's what it was. I was doing so. I did that, but I forgot to execute it. So you can see we're way too high now. But well, just a little bit more time. You can see Denmark below us. Just a little bit. Yeah, we'll have to kind of go around here. So we're gonna do a holding pattern here. Actually, you can add a hold, I think. Yeah, there is a hold right there. Let me see. I have no idea how to do it though. How to do a hold in this yet. So I'm not going to do it. Not yet. Not yet. Our speed, we need to be at, well, we're going to need to max out at 230 eventually. Seatbelt signs on. Yeah, so we're a little high here because at this point we need to be at 5,000 feet.
The flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your
Well, looks like there's no snow down here in, well, this is actually, we're actually flying over Sweden right now. Southern Sweden near Malmo. It's Garup. Yeah, I need to look up how to do a hold. Need to look up how to do that. Come on.
I'm going to watch these and you can
Better now? Hey, give me a second. Let me get your pants off.
City Ireland 1743
Oh,
contact
no.
on 119.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
119er decimal 1 for City Ireland 1743. Castro approach City Ireland 1743 11,900 feet.
Oh, I guess I didn't turn the mic off, so you got to hear the screaming baby.
Continue as planned.
We have begun our final descent into Copenhagen. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin.
Say hello. Oh, really? 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 Oh. Oh man, beautiful landscape down there though. Oh, sorry about that. Mic stand was kind of popping out. All right, now we're kind of where we need to be. Our speed is too high though. Landing lights on, taxi lights on. Right, we need to make sure we have our landing elevation. Landing elevation is 17 feet. All right. Set our barometer. Okay, we'll bring the throttle back up because we are level, not descending anymore. And we're flying into the VOR. At the VOR, we need to be at 3,000 feet. (3,000 feet), and doesn't look like there's a speed restriction. Let's see. Okay, so that highway right there, that's going to lead into, I forget what the name of the bridge is. I think it's the Austerland Bridge or whatever. But that's that bridge where it's a bridge and then it turns into a tunnel. So we're going to see that as we come over. But it's really cool. I think that's the highway right there from Sweden. We're flying low over Sweden right now. And on our chart, that's actually the highest point we have to worry about on our chart is 669 feet for that bridge. That's crazy how high that bridge is. Well, we do have a hazard beacon at 837 feet on the other side of the airport, but we should be avoiding that pretty good. Alright, so we want to descend 300 feet per second. So just go like this. 0.3, match with the 300 right there. I'm surprised this isn't all snow covered right here. Look at those clouds. This is why I fly in Flight Simulator. It just looks better. Alright, landing elevation set. Fuel checked. TCAS as required. Radar as required. Terrain display as required. CIS checked and cleared. Landing data set. Let's do that. Performance. Landing data. Approach briefing complete. Well, let's do our approach. Alright, when we reach the VOR, Kilo Alpha Sierra 112.5, we will turn out at 21 degrees to 17 miles out from the VOR. We'll do a turn to 217 degrees on our final approach, and we will capture the glide slope at 1600, or the localizer at 1600 feet, 5 miles out from the ILS, Kilo Lima Kilo. Need to be at 3,000 feet for the VOR. Too much speed. We're speeding. We're speeding. We need to be at 250 or less. I mean, if you didn't tell me this was Sweden, and it wasn't kind of... You'd almost think this was the United States, some of these roads. You know, a little roundabout, off-ramp, exit ramp there for the freeway. Not too much different, at least at this altitude, in this section. A little bit more grid-like in America, though. Alright, so we're leaving. Well, we're still in Sweden. Got a ways to go. Let's turn this way so we can see that, see the bridge. There it is. Look at all the boats. Yeah, so you see the bridge, and then it goes into that strip of land where it becomes a tunnel. Let's see, that is the Öresund Bridge. Öresund Bridge. Okay, so you can see we're gonna hit the VOR, then we're gonna go out, come back in on a little loop. Oh, we don't want to slow down that much. So again, gotta watch your gotta watch the throttle, otherwise we could plummet right out of the sky. So there's a runway. Not sure what runway that is for. Must be a... Yeah, what runway is that? Oh, okay, that is the that is the airport. Just one of the other. I was thinking we're too in line with that to be going to the VOR. I think there's 3 runways. We're gonna be coming down the one going this way. So there's the bridge turning into a tunnel. Underwater tunnel. Yeah, one of the more complicated airports compared to where a lot of the places we've been. Or most of the places we've been, maybe one, maybe 2 runways. Here we got a few different directions due to the wind. All right, so we reached the VOR, making our turn. Okay, we're just looking right here. Once we get to Kilo Lima Kilo, and that's going to be about probably 9.3 miles out, we're going to descend 600 feet per minute to 1600, where we'll capture the glide slope. I think we can use VNAV. I'm not 100% sure. So we're just going to do it the way I usually do it. That way we don't have too much of a screw up. Beautiful Copenhagen below us. It's gonna be so fun flying into these European cities and seeing just the different photogrammetry, autogen. The offshore wind turbines. Arm the reversers. Barely just made it. Yeah, barely just made it. Yeah, we're finally actually finishing this flight. Well, if you were on the flight, I mean, you were with us on the flights before, where we attempted this flight. So this time we're actually getting all the way to the landing. Yep. Well, hopefully we'll be landing pretty soon. Maybe we'll cut off a chunk of this loop. I don't know. That's a significant loop, actually. Well, the good thing is that, well, good thing. I guess it's a good thing. Of course it's a good thing. Having off from work is always a good thing, right? I have off tonight, so maybe I'll take a nap this afternoon, and then we'll have a stream 4 or 5 o'clock tonight. the usual time where we've been having a lot of success. Unfortunately, I mean, like I said, unfortunately, if I want to get streams in during the week, most of the time the streams are going to have to be after work. But this is kind of be a test run for how we're going to do the weekend. Yeah, we'll definitely have a stream tonight. Gonna have to do a little bit of a nap here or something. Because I have to flip my schedule or my sleep schedule around here. These first 2 days were rough because I don't know how much sleep I'm actually getting during the day. Uh-oh, do we have like a discontinuity here? What is going on there? That's weird, there's nothing connected. Not sure why it has this line right there. Strange. We're actually just going to cut it off. We'll just go right there. Kilo Lima, Kilo 93. Yeah, I don't know where that line is taking us out to. Or maybe that's... yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, your schedule's been all over. Are you in college or? I don't remember if you mentioned it. Anyway, got off work early today. If by early you can say 3 in the morning. Flew to Sing. Oh, did you fly to in real life? I'm assuming in the sim. Flew to Singapore, and it was such a great approach. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, it's been forever since I've flown there. Basically an X-plane. But yeah, there are a lot of great approaches, including this one, especially as the sun is setting. Look at that. There you go. Alright, altimeter set, APU and bleed set, lights and passenger signs as required. Landing gear. Alright. Not quite there yet. Alright, we need to descend at 600. Oh, why is it so... there you go. 600 feet per minute. Yeah, I'm running ILS. I'm not sure. I think we just throw approach on. There we go. I think that's how we do it. Yeah, you can see the offshore wind turbines. Off to our left is the Aerosoft bridge and tunnel, I believe. Unless it's on our right. Kind of hard to see it with all the clouds. There's the runway. Put the landing gear down. Oh, absolutely beautiful approach. And because, especially since it's just this jet of land out, you got the reflections of the sun on both sides. The 737, yeah, that one has ILS. Look how much we're crabbing because the wind is 33 knots right now. I mean, there's the runway, and look where we're pointed. This is gonna be an interesting landing. Yeah, I think we're on the ILS. I don't know. Not sure how it works in this plane. I always forget. I usually end up taking it manually anyway, I think. Okay, we got one light. Oh. All right, now it's starting to, well, it's starting to kind of straighten out. Wind's coming down a little bit, 24 knots. Yeah, this airport is also freeware modded. Unfortunately, not a lot of traffic here. I'm surprised. I don't know if that's, the modding wasn't done well or something. Yeah, this is a beautiful approach. Was not expecting it. But right into the sun as it's setting. Water on both sides. Really cool.
Up Tower City, Ireland, 174 is 1 miles west, 200 feet with might to land.
100. City, Ireland, 174 Castrop Tower. QNH 30.03, wind 255 at 30. High left traffic, runway 04 left.
30.
Fly left downwind runway, 04 left, City, Ireland, 174.
10.
Ireland 174, you are not cleared to land.
Oh, I wasn't? I guess not. I forgot to ask for clearance because we were doing VFR and all that. Yeah, as we have to do in the CRJ because for some reason the ATC does not like the CRJ.
Copenhagen. The local time is 4:23 p.m. and it's currently about 6 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until
Going
the
to
aircraft
121.625 City, Ireland, 174.
Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final
Whoa.
destination, we thank you for flying with us. If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey. We apologize for the delay. Please coordinate with airline staff as necessary regarding connecting flights or vouchers.
Alright, let's see where we're parking today.
Ground City, Ireland, 174, request taxi to the gate.
Right?
Ireland 1743 taxi to gate Foxtrot 89er using taxiway Alpha Delta cross runway 30 Delta Yankee Romeo Victor Sierra Whiskey.
Taxiing to gate Foxtrot 89er using taxiway Alpha Delta cross runway 30 Delta Yankee Romeo Victor Sierra Whiskey, City, Ireland, 1743.
Where the heck is Yankee? All right, Foxtrot 89. Let's see if I can find that. Oop. There's no gate Foxtrot 89. All right, we're on Alpha right now. See the lights coming on. Long taxi today. Big airport. Bigger than most airports we've flown into so far. But we're starting to get into the part of the world, Europe and America, where airports are a little bit more, a little bigger. Istanbul's big, of course. Oh, I wish I could. I really need a way to get these rudder pedals to not slide around on the floor. Makes it hard to turn. Yeah, I went pretty long on that. Pretty long on that. Isn't that the largest in the world? What, Copenhagen? No. I don't know if it... Or Istanbul? You mean, is Istanbul the largest in the world? It might be the largest airport now in terms of size. Couldn't tell you, though. A little disappointed there aren't any other planes here.
City Ireland 1743, continue taxi.
Roger, City Ireland 1743.
Oh, okay, there's Yankee. Okay, so remember we're going Yankee, Romeo. Probably Bravo, really. Bravo, Romeo. Then Victor, Sierra. What the heck is Sierra? What? Oh, Sierra Whiskey. Okay, I see what it's doing. Okay, so that is the right taxiways. The only problem is they're telling us it's a gate. It's not a gate, it's a pad. So Yankee. It should be Romeo. Signs would help. Alright, and this should be whiskey, unless I'm off, which I very well could be. Nope, I think we're doing good. So there's 9-7, Foxtrot 9-7, Foxtrot 9-5, Foxtrot 9-3, 9-1. We're the one with all the stuff in it. There we go, Foxtrot 8-9. I wonder if it actually is set up like that, that all the stuff is at your gate. Ooh, he's got nice big glow sticks right there. Thank you. Alright, we're gonna put on the parking brake. But we're not gonna shut things down quite yet. Oh yeah, that would be better if the airports were better. Hello, let's see. Abimael Al Hakim Aymar, hello, welcome. Welcome, we just landed. Yeah, these are pretty ugly buildings, some of these airports. Like I said, there are some really good freeware. This one, I think, just the mod just cleaned things up and fixed taxiways and all that stuff. All right, we're gonna, let's see, I think we can jump back and do replay here of our approach. Hopefully it works. Sometimes it won't. It might not.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Whoa. I'm always curious if it actually is rendering the time or if the time just stays. I don't think it does. It might. I feel like it's a little darker than it actually was when we were landing. Oh yeah, definitely floating it. Definitely floating this one. I'm like, come on, touch the ground. There we go. Be nice if I could like get my front wheel down and not be swerving all over the place. Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Tower, City, Ireland, 174 is 2 miles northeast, 700 feet with Mike to land.
Don't sink.
City, Ireland, 174 Castrop Tower. QNH tree 0 decimal 0 tree wind 255 at tree 0.
Don't sink.
All right, let's put the flaps out where they should be.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yeah, it just stays with the time, so it doesn't actually show us what we should have been seeing. Just probably more of that. There we go.
Don't sink.
It's very apparent during a sunset. I mean, during the middle of the day, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference, but yeah, I think we were a little bit more like this.
500. Don't sink.
Beautiful. Beautiful approach.
Don't sink.
Floated the landing though.
400.
That is true.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Don't sink.
Please don't sink. Do you live on Twitch? Am I live on Twitch? I am live on Twitch. I am on Twitch. Martin Wenzel, no space, I think, to find it. I'm not exactly sure how. Let me see.
Don't sink.
I'll just put a link. Twitch.tv/Martin Wenzel. Yep, I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Don't sink.
There's a replay mode for Microsoft Flight Simulator also, but I'm using what is it? Freeware. It's called Flight Recorder. Much better. I mean, it's just much more intuitive than the Microsoft Flight Simulator one, where you got to do a whole bunch of stuff. Really cool. All right, let's zip back again. Get another shot.
Castrop Tower, City, Ireland, 174 is 2 miles northeast, 800 feet with Mike to land.
Don't sink.
Oh, the don't sink.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
Yep, but I am on Twitch. Affiliate. We have 1 subscriber. Creepy Kirk, he's been great. There's got a custom emotes over there.
Don't sink.
Not a ton yet. I'm working on them, and they're still getting approved. Let's see. What do we got? We got.
Don't sink. Don't sink. 300. Don't sink. Don't sink. 200. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. 100. Don't sink.
Yeah, for the Microsoft.
Don't sink. 40. Don't sink. 30.
I know now that I've learned how to do the replay. Now that I have the replay thing, I kind of want to do that.
10.
But I kind of like live streaming at the same time. I mean that's how you do it. You do it with the replay mode and all that to get all these cool shots. All right, let's do. Let me see. I want to do one more. Not sure which view I want to do. There we go. There we are coming in. Which runway is ours? There we go. Let's go right here. That too. I definitely could do that too. Oh wow, I'm so far out. Just floating it down the runway. Okay, this is the hard part because I don't know how to how we get back to where our see now where did I end the free play there? No, I don't think I did. Do I have to taxi again? Oh no, do I really have to taxi again? Where am I? Oh no, it's kind of, I just rolled out of my spot. That's what's happened. There we go. All right, let's put the parking brake on. Let's shut this thing down. Lights off, strobe off, beacon light off. That's not off yet. We have APU, so we can stop our two engines. And we're gonna get, let's see, no stairs. I like, oh wait, we don't need stairs. We have stairs of our own. Let's bring the catering and the baggage and the power. Over here, aircraft, wheel chocks, open the passenger door, forward cargo, service door, all that good stuff. All right, let's see, what do we got? No? All right, passengers should be deboarding. There we go. All right, let's take a quick look at the where is it? At our Volanta. There's our flight. Definitely went over some clouds there. I don't know why we have a landing over here. That's weird. Well, there's our flight. There's our little holding pattern, so to speak. And our landing today, 143 feet per minute. We kind of floated it. Definitely floated it a little bit faster than probably we needed to. Hour 37 for the flight. Distance 538 nautical miles. Fuel burn just over 2,700 kilos. All right, and let's jump into... Put this back on. Bring up the world map, show where we've been, show where we're going. Nope, not what I want to do. I always hit the wrong things. There we go. There's our world map. See where we've been? Mostly Africa, a little bit of the Middle East. And today, Denmark. We'll reveal Denmark. There it is. Next flight, we are, I believe we're flying down to Luxembourg. So we're going to be flying right down here, down to little Luxembourg. Snuggled in between Belgium, Germany, and France. I don't know if that's the best place to be snuggled, but that's where it is. That's where we're going to be flying on a Lux Air in the CRJ again. And we'll probably do that this afternoon since I don't have to work, so we'll be able to, I could do a stream about 5 p.m., 4 p.m., somewhere in there. I'm gonna go and try to sleep because I need to get my sleep schedule on sleeping during the day, working at night. All right, so let's go back. Passengers are all off board, so let's bring up Pack X and see how they felt about this flight. Whoops. Yeah, in flight. There we go. Unexpected arrival delay. Yep, soft landing. Could have been worse, but an announcement about the delay would have been nice. I'm totally telling my friends about this airline. I'll definitely be recommending you at work. Yeah, I always forget to tell them about the delays. So here again, you have the localized names. You can see kind of the mix of Lithuanian and Danish names. You got your Nygaards and your Nicola Jessens. Thank you, MN Dribblers. Well, that's it for the flight today, or for this morning stream. I'm planning I'm going to take a nap here, or sleep. Try to sleep here in the day, and then I'll do a stream probably I'm guessing between 4 and 5 o'clock I'll try to start it. Might be a little bit later, so. But I do have off tonight, and I am trying to sleep during the day, be up at night, because that's how my work schedule is. So we're going to try that, even though I'm kind of awake now. But thanks everyone who's come into the stream. The streams are going to be during the week, are probably going to be in the morning, but on the weekend we'll probably do a morning and an evening stream like I'm going to do today. And maybe an overnight one, depending on how things go, because if I'm going to be up at night and on the weekend not working, I'll get a stream in. So we'll be hitting a bunch of different audiences. Whenever you guys can come in, that's great. Show your support. If you are on Twitch, or if you do have Twitch, I am streaming over there, and we do have the opportunity to subscribe and support the channel financially. With custom emotes and all that fun stuff over there. Again, if you're on YouTube and you haven't hit subscribe, and you're on Twitch and you haven't hit follow, those things are free. We're doing really good on YouTube. We're getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and we're really getting, the way we're going, we might be getting that 4,000 watch hours, and then we'll be able to do fun stuff over on YouTube, and you can do all that stuff. But anyway, next flight is going to be flight 97, I believe. We're going to be flying from here, Copenhagen, Denmark, to Luxembourg City, Luxembourg, in the CRJ on Luxair. And yep, I hope to see Gustin and Evan Dribblers and a lot more of you guys, a lot more of the crew tonight. Between 4, it's going to be sometime in the evening, 4 p.m. at the earliest, I'm thinking. We'll do at least one stream, maybe more. We'll see how I feel. So thanks for coming along on the flight, and until next time, happy flying and take care.